What is up, SPR? Today is day 11 of 90 of the 90-day vlogging challenge. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video today. So the topic today is leveraging your time and money. Make more while working less. Now, I think a lot of us, especially in the event marketing and promotional marketing industry, no matter what area you work in, are constantly always thinking about how we can make our life easier and yet be able to make a little more while working less. Now, the first obvious thing to do with some experience is obviously negotiate higher rates, whether it's through a client directly, through your agency, through your talent manager, whoever it is. Even if you're just a regular Joe, and you have a job, 9 to 5, whatever, that's okay. That's cool. We've all been there. And you're trying to figure out how to get a raise. Now, obviously, in the promotional industry, it's different because, we're constantly looking for better paying gigs, more quality gigs, higher paying clients, more ongoing clients, that type of deal. But what happens when you hit a ceiling, when you just cap out? You've done everything you can, you've made as many resumes as you can, you've acquired as many certifications and qualifications, I should say, that you can, and you've probably hit the cap in terms of a max pay that you can actually make on an hourly basis. What do you do then? Because at that point, either A, you can start your own agency, your own business, or B, you can just continue to try to claw and scratch your way to the top, which, as we know, it gets thinner and thinner. It's a hierarchy. So the higher up you get, the harder it becomes to really inch your way higher in terms of an income bracket. There's a ceiling. So that's the inevitable thing, is that a lot of us in our industry, in the event and promotional industry, we think that there's never going to be a ceiling again compared to the corporate world, compared to a regular job. But hey, don't make a mistake, guys. There's still that ceiling. Reason why is that's the way it's designed. Just like any system out there, there's always going to be a hierarchy. There's always going to be the client, then the marketing firm, and the clients are the Fortune 500 companies. So then you have the marketing firm who handle the budgets. Then you have the talent and staffing agencies who handle logistics, staffing needs, all that stuff. And it varies from time to time. And then we have, market managers, regional managers, and then it goes down to team leads and, of course, brand ambassadors. So, guys, there's still going to be that ceiling there. So what do you do to leverage your time and money? Me personally, I invest my money to generate more in return and make the money work for me, which I think is huge. And I would love to elaborate on this a lot more in further videos. But leveraging your money to work for you is the first important step in creating a residual income. Residual income, for those of you who don't know, is basically money that just works for you without you having to ever touch it, and it just automatically works for you, generating you a profit every month for years to come. And this is how, folks, this is how you get to that point where A, you can retire early, and B, you can take care of your family for generations to come. You become the wealthy grandfather, grandmother, uncle, or aunt that nobody ever had in your family. And I think that's a dream for many people. Now, I know it's a big responsibility to take, but just imagine how much change you can create for your family that way. So investing is one way. Residual income is the second way. And, of course, there's many ways to get residual income. And then the third way, of course, is to plug into a system that will help you, make that residual income. So a system. So you have investments, residual income, and a system, are all ways that you can make, leverage your time and money. So just imagine for a second that, and you're not going to believe this, but there's actually quite a few people out there who only work several hours a week and are able to leverage their time through many different ways. And I can tell you a couple right now, but we'll talk about that in another video. But by leveraging their time, they're able to work part-time, literally only several hours a week to maybe 10, 15 hours a week, and make as much money as a person who's working 60 to 80 hours a week in what we do in our industry. So yes, there are people out there making six-figure incomes working part-time. So just imagine when you hear that, it makes you wonder, what is it that I don't know? What is it that that person knows that I don't know? That's exactly what I thought when I first heard about this. So, if you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about, first of all, congratulations for being in the SPR community, because not only do we teach you how to, be the best that you can be in the promotional marketing arena, but we also teach you how you can leverage your time, your money, your professionalism, and your resources to get you to the next level in life. There's a really cool, I'll go ahead and do this for you guys. There's a really cool thing that I learned in Rich Dad Poor Dad. And for those of you who have read this, awesome. For those of you who haven't, here to go. This is called the Cash Flow Quadrant. And if I remember this correctly, when we first start in our life, we're always an employee, right? You're an employee. Eventually, you become self-employed, and this is the best I can remember. So you have employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. Now, as an employee, you give more of your time for less money. Think about this. When you work in a restaurant, right, or you're working 9 to 5, you give up all this time, you sacrifice time, energy, and resources to make it possible for your family to be able to have food on the table, to have, to be able to pay your rent, have a roof over your head. Man, you work 40 hours a week to make $600 to $1,000 a week. Not the best situation. Now, this isn't always the case. If you're a corporate employee, it could be a lot higher. Now we go over to, let's go down to business owner. Now, in the business owner model, you can make good money, but the problem is you essentially become a slave to your own business. So what does that mean? Now you're not only working 40 hours a week, but you're literally working about 80 hours a week to make about the same money as you were making as an employee, maybe a little bit more, but you're sacrificing a lot more of your time. So the difference here is that you make the same money, about the same, but more time. Not a very good business model, if you ask me. So now let's go over here. Now, don't get me wrong, folks. There's ways to leverage the business owner model if you do it the right way. But the traditional business owner model is not the right way to go. And I'll explain that to you more in a later video. Now we have here the self-employed, guys. Self-employed is where you basically contract your own work, and it's you on your own, no employees. Now you can have employees, but most people are self-employed on their own. That's called a proprietorship. And this is where you can really leverage your time and money. And we can go more into this later. And then, of course, you have the investor. And the investor is amazing because not only have you owned businesses, not only have you helped people grow and succeed in the industry or wherever you work, but you've also now taken people who are trying to start their own business or trying to launch your own product or idea, and you're literally investing your time and your hard-earned, money into their businesses, and you're leveraging that money to get a greater return. So, guys, that's called the cash flow quadrant, and that right there is key. It has been the key to how I've done things in the past 10 years. I mean, well, I'm 20, I might be 25 this year, so let's say 8 years that I've been using that system to really try to figure out how to always leverage my time and money. So I can talk forever about the stuff, starting at 8 minutes here. Comment below, let us know how you're leveraging your time and money, and let's have a discussion about this. I think this is very interesting. Most of us, in some way, kind of think about this from time to time, but I don't think every single one of us in this group have really learned to truly sit down and figure out our situation, how we can leverage everything in our life to the next level. So leave a comment below, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.